and on behalf of the Sault Ste. Public Library, I would like to thank everyone for coming to spend this special, intimate Valentine's Day evening with us. And especially Britta for sharing her journey, her CD of Solitude, and her family who support her. We often hear life is a journey, and this CD of hers is certainly one. But I also want to give a special thank you to the musicians, so let's start with Rusty McCarthy. Many of you know the devoted singer, songwriter, producer, and one of the finest blues and jazz guitarists on the scene today. With a career spanning 3 decades and sharing stage with some of the finest performers in the world, as a freelance guitarist, Rusty has jammed and played with Alana Miles, Tom Cochrane, Bare Naked Ladies, and played blues with Jeff Healey and many more. Rusty is presently working on an instrumental CD. He is also the producer of this evening's CD of Britta's. Let's give a big hand to Rusty. Then we have Martin Wolfert, and I can say that because I'm Finnish. Plays both uprights and electric bass in several music genres, including classical jazz, blues since 1985. He participates playing bass for numerous local theater productions and has been recording for albums with Rusty McCarty, Britta Wolfert, and Guy Smith. Martin Wolfert has been principal double bassist for the Sault Symphony Orchestra since 2008. Martin Wolfert. Then behind me in the back, a little low, is Mark Dubrell. Studied music at Harbour College and has played drums and percussion for many local musician theater productions since the mid-90s. He is a current member of Northern Jazz Ensemble, Sault Symphony Orchestra, and Steeltown Silver Band, and has played drums on recordings with Rusty, Britta, and Guy, Top Shelf, Northern Jazz Ensemble, and the Sault Swing Band. Mark? And then we have Jeff Holmes. Classically trained pianist, teacher was Kurt Kunzel. Classically trained saxophonist, teacher Brian Taylor. Played with the LSSU Orchestra and Stage Band. Member of the Sault Swing Band, Bob Jenkins Band, and formed his own group, Northern Jazz Ensemble, in 1992. Learned jazz from Jamie Abersold, music camps from Bob Jenkins and Val Soriano. Let's give it for Jeff. So before Britta does come up, our musicians will play a little something. But this is our guest tonight, Britta. She's a talented songwriter, and I am honored to introduce a person that is sweet, amazing, and sings from her heart. Thank you all for coming, and please enjoy the evening.
Thank you everybody for coming. Oh, this is amazing. What a dream. Really, really nice to see everybody. And had to find my way through the maze. Okay. And tonight is a big night for me. It's been 3 years probably with many interruptions that I started working on this album Solitude that we're introducing to you today. And so this is quite overwhelming for me. It's the first time we're playing this album with the band, and so I truly hope you will enjoy yourselves tonight. Each song has a meaning for me. Different areas in the world where they were written or that were thought of. And the first song we're playing is called Trading for the Blues. I guess we're still tuning. Sitting in my thinking chair, haven't got a time to spare. Feels just like I'm ever in the blues. I take the tram across the city, so I won't need the world to pity my condition, crying the blues. I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes, feel the music, spread the news. I'm trading soul and swing for the blues. When life has got you down and out, you shall not despair. Feel the music, join the crowd. There is magic in the air. I take the tram across the city, so I won't need the world to pity my condition, crying the blues. When life has got you down and out, you shall not despair. Feel the music, join the crowd. There's magic in the air. I take the tram across the city, so I will need the world to pity my condition, crying the blues. I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes, feel the music, spread the news. I'm trading soul and swing for the blues, swing for the blues, swing for the blues, swing for the blues. Thank you very much. So which city do you think this song was written about? Where do we have trams? Toronto. I was actually, I missed a plane one day. This is part of the story here. I missed a plane one time and decided to try to take the subway with my suitcase on the tram and trying to make it to a jazz vocal. It's called Jazz, Girls Night Out Jazz in Toronto with Lisa Particelli. And when I got there after a harrowing trip with my suitcase, they were just finishing it up. So, so yeah. So I think I still like the trance, so I think that's a really nice part of the city. So the next tune is some of you may have heard about the just after the CD got finished, we just had an opportunity with Dave Robertson to do a video belonging to this next tune that we're going to introduce to you now. It has to do with Sault Ste. Marie, when I was kind of a little bit down in the dumps about this town, which is going up now. So don't worry about it. So, here we go. The next tune is about a little tour I did after I finished my first album, Moonstone, which is available over there, as well as the new album as well, if you would like to bring it home. And I wrote this song about I was doing the tour by myself, just a small tour to Southern Ontario. And so it's kind of lonely, so this song is called Solitude, makes sense. And I wrote this on the shores of Lake Huron on my way down south. And it's the title track for the new album. Right. working on the album and really started going, getting going with the Moonstone album, and I had to go to visit. My family is in Germany, and my dad was very ill, so I ended up going over there, and in the last 3 years I was there for 9 months. So that kind of put everything to a stop, but I brought home something very, very important, and that was my dad just turned 93, by the way, and that was my dad's, for the first time, talking about the World War and talking about his experience. So it really floored me. He never wanted to talk about it. So one day my mom was not in the house, and we sat on the balcony, and I put my cell phone on and asked, I said, Dad, can I ask you a few questions? He said, sure, go ahead. I said, do you mind if I record that? I'm honest, it's taught to be honest. So and do you mind if I said, yeah, okay. So I asked him some questions and learned some things about him that I didn't know my entire life. So long story short, this next song comes from that experience and talks about my, we all know what's been going on. It talks about what's been going on in my family in the Second World War. And I decided on the album, the song is in English and in German at the very end. So I sent it to him, of course, when it was done. But what I decided to do today is I'm going back and forth between English and German because I don't want to sing the same song twice. So I hope you enjoy this. I think you'll get the message. I think you'll understand. And it's going to be interesting. Thank you. Thanks for your understanding. Children, their fathers sing their mothers, falling silently in vain, and the numbness, the smiles, the emotions, and the happiness, children of the Second World War. Häuser, tötet Menschen und die Frauen. born Hamburg in Germany, the Harbour city. So I sort of put a little fiction into the song, but it's a song about me coming here and traveling and this and that, and music, a little bit everything mixed together, just make it interesting. And it's sort of my love song for Hamburg, and yeah, enjoy. Plus two is hamburgers. There you go. Probably not until McDonald's came on the scene. Yeah, probably. Great. Hey. It's a little more lighthearted. Fish Island, we can go hiking, there's nature, there's ships going by, which is nice. And you know, try to imagine where those ships go, they go through the locks. Really, it's amazing what we have here in Sault Ste. And when it comes to water, waterfront, and the surrounding areas. I don't think we can find this anywhere else, so we really sometimes have to remind ourselves how beautiful it really is. Thank you. So next is a true story. It's about our cat who actually just passed away after he was 20 last week. And the song's about our cat, Mr. Zen. And actually, I should say it's about my husband first. It's about my husband first. Okay, husband first. It's about our children. One of them at the camera up there, of course, and about our cat, Mr. Zen. So it's a true story. You'll hear. Anybody wants to laugh at me? Just on the chair. Between the captain, the melee, and the spiders, to drive the Cadillac car side to side. Between the burn and the snoring like a spider, and lay awake at 3 a.m. just laying on fire. Decides to walk, my stomach goes so restless. The better half gives me a water off the mattress. This room is freezing, cause he hasn't shared a cover. So now I sit here by the wood stove and I have her. Just thinking this is from me, some rolling logs away from here. I am not contemplating sleeping in a tent. And mindless worry does not wise, so I just sign compromise. Sleep on the couch and lock the cat into the bag. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. But before long one called her waist to let the muzzle, the cat comes scratching at the bottom tree for morsel. And now the kids come home from being out all night, complaining the food left in the fridge is just not right. Just making whiskers from my ears and rolling logs away from here. I am now contemplating sleeping in a tent. And mindless worry that's not wise, like a sign of compromise. Sleep on the couch and lock the cat into the bath. Yes, you did. There's an attic in the woodshed by the highway where I can hang out, get away, and have it my way. The better half, the better kids, the better cats will be just fine as they all host under one hat. Will be just fine as they all host under one hat. Will be just fine as they all host under one hat. Check, check, check. It's so nice seeing everybody here. This is so nice that you share this with me because this is so very important to me, this album. And we finally got it done. Thanks to Rusty. I don't know how he put up with me. With my, it's been hard. It's been a tough album for me anyway, so it's been a tough one. And but look at what it's like now. It's turned out so amazing. Thanks to Rusty and all the wonderful musicians here. Actually, I would like to say something about the musicians that are on the album. It's a little different on this album, and I truly appreciate everybody here in town that has played with me before and continues to play with me. But I decided this time around to, I wanted to get some female content on the album. So what I have seen a young woman here in town maybe 3 years ago playing with Gordie McMillan. Her name is Britta Wolfert. And I was so impressed with her that I just said to us, you know, just we have to get her on this album. And Rusty totally made this happen. It was like an impossibility almost, but he made it happen. He went to Toronto and he recorded actually the drum tracks. They did the drum track, I mean, so right in her bedroom, in her living room, or bedroom. So it turned out super amazingly good, and I have no regrets whatsoever. And Mark is so wonderful here. Where is he? There. And Mark played on my other album, Moonstone album, so I know he understands, and he's been so super supportive for this album and for this release, so I'm very lucky. And the other lady I invited for a couple songs is Colleen Allen from Toronto. She's a saxophone player, and she's on two songs on the album. And these songs are still to come. And we have Elisa Borland here from town. She's a flute player and pianist, and she is also teaching at Thomas Wall's Music. And she did play some flute on one of the tunes. The other musician that I have, all musicians I have super high respect for, like one that has helped me out with composition and so on, just like Rusty, is Doug Wilde from Toronto. He is originally from Sault Ste. Marie and he comes every summer. You've probably seen him at Rotary Fest playing piano very humbly. He's a very humble musician. And so he has done some of the arrangements on the album, and that's all stated on the album where he has done his magic. And we have Josh Norling from town. He is, of course, everybody knows Josh. He's played some saxophone tracks and horn tracks on the album as well. And on the Harbour Red Blues, we have our old friend, my old friend Harvey Taylor from Milwaukee. He's put that New Orleans style trumpet into that song. So there are the musicians. Did I forget anybody? Martin, of course. Martin, I'm so sorry. No, Martin is amazing. I think he is just steady, and he's so supportive. He's been supportive through the first album, the second album. Very humbly supportive, and an amazing bass player, as you will have already seen and heard. So, and Mark, of course. Mark makes it happen, and behind us here, he's been on both albums. And I'm very lucky to have Doug Wilde is playing piano on my album, and I'm so very lucky that Jeff Holmes has through some difficult times actually had to change some appointments, but he was able to make this, and we were practicing actually in his basement where we were having rehearsals. And I thank you so much for being here. So these are the musicians, and I believe I didn't leave anybody out, I hope. So the next tune that we're going to do is a tune that I wrote lyrics to and sent to Doug to do a composition with, and he didn't get back to me. So what happened is I wrote a song, which is coming up in the second set, and then he got back to me with this tune that we're going to do next. It's called We Pretend, and they're completely different. They've become completely different songs if you listen to them with similar lyrics, changed around a little bit, but it's pretty interesting. So here comes song number 1 on the Solitude album. That's the number 1 tune on it. It's called We Pretend. I just have a little sip of something here. mostly playing music, playing guitar, and composing the songs on my guitar as well. And I haven't been playing for a while because it's been such a treat to play with a band. I think they're playing so good. Why do I need to play guitar? So I've just been singing, which means I have to do something with my hands, right? So I had to learn. I've been playing for like 35 years guitar and singing, and then all of a sudden you're standing on stage and you don't have anything in front of you. So you have to kind of recondition yourself. Yeah, when I started the first album, Moonstone, I have this little thing on my wall because sometimes I get really. I'm basically an introvert, so for me to go on stage sometimes it's a little bit scary, maybe, but not with you. You're amazing. You don't scare me at all. So, so I have this thing on my wall at home when I get into a certain mood, and it says it's FEAR, fear. You can either forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So here we are, we're rising. I think that's definite. So I think it's a really nice, thing. So I would like to do a tune, the cover tune for the Moonstone album here with Rusty, just acoustically. It's been many long years, thinking joys and fears. Are we honest or do we deny? There's a passion unfolding, impossible holding, it bottled up inside. There's so much to lose, how can we choose? Uncertainty over familiarity, but happiness lingers when sliding our fingers along the neck of her guitar. We learn to live in a comfort zone, hiding behind the moonstone. Stepping out enough just to feel the pain, hovering top, holding tightrope and back. Singing this bliss and poetry's kiss embraces your falling in love. The feelings collide with open side, threaten to lose all of control. We learn to live in a comfort zone, hiding behind the moonstone. Stepping out enough just to feel the pain, hovering on of the tightrope and bind. shadow talk. And as a woman, sometimes, as women, sometimes we have moments where we feel we could do better, or we could do something, or something's holding us back, or whatever. So this song is about, probably kind of a relationship thing, where you feel, responsible, that you don't get to do the things you want to do, and I don't know. Anyways, I'll let you hear for yourself, and maybe you can tell me later what that's all about.
Sell my soul to walk in your shoes. Where is your compromise? My own demise is hinged on making sacrifices. Tell me, can we live in these shadows while we doubt it? Do I just give it up today? Or is there a way around it? Can there be a brighter day? And will I ever find it? Where is your compromise? My own demise is hinged on making sacrifices. Tell me, can we live in these shadows while we doubt it? This world is an open book. Just take a closer look. 'Cause life has so much to give. Tell me, can we live? Tell me, can we live in these shadows while we doubt it? This world is an open book. Just take a closer look. This life has so much to give. Tell me, can we live? Tell me, can we live in these shadows while we doubt it? Do I forget about myself? When I'm standing here beside you, put my life upon the shelf. Sell my soul to walk in your shoes. Where is your compromise? My own demise is hinged on making sacrifices. Tell me, can we live in these shadows while we doubt it? While we doubt it. While we doubt it. While we doubt it. So this next tune is the sister song to We Pretend, which was the last song in the first set. As you remember, the one that Doug Wilde did the composition for. So this is my version of that song coming up. Song number 9, I think it is. And I know to tell the truth, I'm going under as I'm swimming in the blues. The elevator is stuck between floors. I don't know anymore what I'm rooting for. The time has come to break open the door. Your world is turning, but it's not around me. My heart is turning while I'm sipping out your tea. I am pretending that I have a good time. Your show is ending. There's so much to be found. The elevator is stuck between floors. I don't know anymore what I'm rooting for. The time has come to break open the door. You persuade me in a little dark cafe. You will one day meet in another zone way. I'm rolling thunder and I'm known to tell the truth. I'm going under as I'm swimming in the blues. The elevator is stuck between flies. I don't know anymore what I'm rooting for. The time has come to break open the door. The elevator is stuck between floors. I don't know anymore what I'm rooting for. The time has come to break open the door. Break open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Da-da-da-dee-da. Isn't this a great band? Aren't they great? I'm so fortunate. Okay, when I was in Germany in 2015, to see my dad, we were just in the peak of the refugee crisis. They probably heard about that. And so refugees coming from everywhere into the country, and Germany really had to scramble to find places for them to go. And there was at the main train station, there were tents set up. There was people were in halls. It was pretty amazing how the people that they dealt with it, and out of that came and continues to be people, mostly people my age, are coming out. They've really been the building groups, and they're helping these refugees. They're bringing them clothing. They're helping in all kinds of different ways. So, but it really made an impression on me at that point.
So this next song is dedicated to that situation. And on the album, I have actually a newscast read by, everybody knows Art Osborne, right? He has such a great radio voice. So he put the newscast on and before the song, which kind of explains what the song is about. So I will try to do that best I can for him because he can't be here tonight.
You're gonna do the music? No, I don't. Sure, do it.
Okay, I'll do it. So it's, yes, thank you. News reports and photos of a little boy found drowned on a Mediterranean beach make Canadians debate whether or not Syrian refugees should be accepted here. The 3-year-old child and his family were trying to get to Greece on a raft following escape from Syria. Reportedly, they wanted to make Canada their new home. People walking one by one through the deserts and the streams, dirty roads and highways. People walking in the sun, thirsty, hungry, sad, with only a shirt on their back. People drifting in the sea, in the water, in the cold rain and hurricanes. Bodies washing up the shores of foreign lands as they die with their family. Anybody know them? Does anybody see? Does anybody listen? Does anybody hear? Does anybody take them? Does anybody care? Does anybody hear them? Does anybody share? People fleeing from the war, from their houses, from their farms and their history. People where they're in the storm, they leave behind their broken home and to be free. Does anybody know them? Does anybody see? Does anybody listen? Does anybody feel? Does anybody take them? Does anybody care? Does anybody hear them? Does anybody share? Refugees in foreign lands, giving back to the people who rescued them. Refugees with happy hands, honor living with food, water safe and free. Anybody know them? Does anybody see? Does anybody listen? Does anybody feel? Does anybody take them? Does anybody care? Does anybody hear them? Does anybody share? Okay, and that pretty much sums it up for us tonight. We have worked ourselves through the album, and you have been so patiently listening to us, and we would like to thank you so much for being here and sharing this with us. This is a huge, huge, huge moment for me, and with these wonderful musicians. I couldn't have done it without them. What can I say? And on your way out, if you like to, he's waving his hat over there. And it has a rose too, so it's Valentine's Day. So, and you're getting, I hope it's not snowing too much. What time is it? So I hope it's not snowing too much that you get to go home and safely and not snowed in too much. So hopefully the snow stops very soon. I think we need a break. But I would like to thank everybody. Thank you for coming. I would like to thank the library. I would like to thank Helena, whose brainchild this was, is. Helena has also put some handbills on the table. There's another young, wonderful performer coming, and this was another concert coming here at the library. So keep an eye out for that. And I think it's a worthwhile cause to support, and it's also really helps the library. The new North Branch Library. If you buy a ticket, it half of the proceeds go to the library, the North Branch, which we need to finish, right? And you support art, you support music, and yeah. Did I forget anything? I think, thank you for the wonderful treats and for doing all this for us, Helena and Kelly and
We have a
Lisa.
wonderful staff here, and I have to thank them also.
Yes.
And thank you everyone for coming, and most of all you, Britta, and your musicians.
Thank you. Well, as it is a tradition, I think we have one more song. Because we have 5 minutes. Get to work.
All I know
songs. Thank you so much. This is a beautiful song to send you home with a happy feeling, hopefully. I know there's a lot of heavy songs on this album, but there's a lot of really good ones too. Like, I mean, they're really happy ones. So please have a safe drive home. And thank you so much again.